And what I did was I decided to bump. Last week's scheduled episode to this week for a couple reasons. Primarily because I wanted to. All right, you should be able to still hear me. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? All right. Let's see. Visual output. All right, what's up, everybody? There we go. There we go. Yeah. So the microphone, my new wireless microphone set that is replacing the big bulb that you saw on the desk. These are the new. This is the new permanent mic system for the studio here, and for the new downstairs studios. So, yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that y'all can hear me now. Glad that y'all are here and hanging out. So what I did was last week bumped that episode to this week and decided to make it public so anybody could watch it and see what Carlos and Friends is and what we do during Carlos and Friends. So this is not a mistake. You are meant to be able to hear what's going on. And I'm in the middle of reconfiguring this studio, which is one of the big things I'm doing over the course of the break, which is why we go on hiatus. So that's why things are a little bit kind of wonky. It's not quite the way it usually is, because I'll actually also be changing out the camera that I'm speaking into right now. The mic system and the camera system are both getting switched out for something different and new that will hopefully be a little bit stronger and better. So thanks for tuning in and hanging out. So this is not just for channel members. This one will remain public. It's going to remain that way, just for entirety. For those who are interested in becoming a channel member and wonder what is Carlos and Friends. So what it is it's what some other channels do as well, where we go through the top 10 lists, a couple of the top 10 lists, and then we'll also take a look at upcoming books through the Comic Geeks. Let's see, what is it called? The League of Comic Geeks website, which is where which is what has replaced the previews online. That used to be the online the online place where you could go to add things and remove things from your pull list. So we're going to take a look at that as well. Cool stuff happening here on the channel. Very excited about the new videos. I'll go ahead and show them here. I've showed them the past couple of Wednesdays, but I'll show real quick here. First up is top 10 X-Men comics, and I'll be looking at the first cut of that possibly tomorrow. But then that's coming up after the first of the year. Top 10 Invincible comics is coming. Top 10 Flash comics. Real quick, top 10 Invincible comics. Shout out to Jorge, a student who is a big Invincible fan, and he said, Mister, why don't you have Invincible on there? Do you not like Invincible? And I said, man, I love Invincible. That's a great idea. It's so hot right now. I don't even know why I didn't think of adding a top 10 Invincible. So we'll have that video. That script is already done. I'm shooting the video. The other script that's also done is top 10 Predator comics, because of course Predator is a big deal, and I'm a big fan of those right now, picking those up. Then Emmanuel is another student, and Emmanuel just loves Flash comics. I gave him a small stack of Flash comics for Christmas and said, hey man, go take these and read them. He found Flash from the CW show that's on Netflix, because he's not old enough to have been watching it when it first debuted. So that's kind of cool also. And then last one, of course, is the top 10 Supergirl comics to add to your comic collection. And all these are ones that people are interested in, people are searching for right now. So those will start dropping. I was talking to producer D, and I think I'm going to drop those 2 to 3 of them per month, and then mix it in with a live stream. So that way we're getting the best of both worlds, and people are getting fresh top 10 videos, but we're also, I'm also still sticking with 1 or 2 of the live streams that we have. There'll also be changes to the regular Wednesday night show. It looks like the giveaway show, as you know it, is going away, and there'll be a new show to replace it, new name, new branding. But most of the elements will feel the same. But we just felt like for the growth of the channel, it would be good to do that, and to make it more accessible for new watchers and listeners. Wanted to give it a new name, and that gave a better feel of encompassing what all we do, because we don't just do giveaways on that show anymore. We haven't for a long time. So cool stuff. I'm excited about it. For those who are new and maybe have never tuned into a Carlson Friends, or maybe never been a channel member, this is a special time for just me and the channel members to hang out and talk. And this is the program that we go over the top 10 lists, because the market is definitely seeing a lot of changes. I know a lot of other channels will make this program kind of their main live stream. Well, I don't do that on this channel. We have fun with our Wednesday night broadcast, and then this happens the first and third Tuesday night of every month. And so this is a little bit later than it would normally be, because I've had a lot going on here. I did find out the past week or so, I found out why I've been feeling so run down. I actually have shingles, which is like adult chicken pox or something. It's very uncomfortable, very debilitating. My wife had said, I don't know if you should try to go do a show tonight. And I said, look, I need to go do the show. So I'm here a little bit late, and we're getting rolling with it, but glad that I'm getting to hang out with y'all. And and I'm looking forward to going through these lists. And we go through them pretty quickly. So let's see. Emma Dudley says, hello, everyone. Happy National Christmas Movie Marathon Day. Nice. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. There we go. All right. Feliz Navidad. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Couching and Slouching with C. Bizzle. Good to see you as well. Yep. Working now. Glad that y'all can hear me now. Yep, Wolverado was backstage working on the audio, getting it running. All right, Emma Dudley says, been a Dark Knight member for 10 months. Yes, best channel on YouTube. I can't wait for the top Flash comics. I think you're going to like it. I think, Flash readers, longtime Flash readers are going to like it, because it does tend to, it veers a little bit heavier into older books and some fun books. And, fun fact, does not include the first appearance of the Barry Allen Flash, because that book is, I think it's a grail book for most collectors now, because it's the beginning of the Silver Age, and I felt like putting it on the list was just kind of like teasing people. So there's another cool book instead of it that I think people will enjoy and is much more affordable. All right, so those are all stuff. So you only get shingles if you've had chickenpox. So yeah, I learned a lot about shingles. I learned that the reason I was feeling so run down the past week or so, I'm on medicine now for it, a lot of medicine. But I found out one of the reasons why I'd been feeling so run down was because of shingles. I had chickenpox as a kid when I was like 12, I think 12 or 13. But I have shingles, and I thought it was something that only older folks get, and that's not true either. I'm younger than when they tell you to start getting the vaccine for it. So they said that it could be on the onset of stress, and I've been under a lot of stress the past couple of weeks. So that's probably one thing that kicked it off. And yeah, but it basically, I mean, what the doctor said was that it lays latent in your body, in there, and it's just there until at some point it just decides to pop off and pop in. And so, so that's kind of what I know about it, or the little bit I know about it. And I'm sure you don't want to sit here and have me share a whole live stream just about shingles, because it's painful. It itches like crazy, and it can be slightly contagious. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think you can still get it also, even if you haven't had chickenpox, I think. So I would say, talk to your healthcare provider about the vaccine. Talk to them about the vaccine and about it. And yeah, because I think you can still get it even if you haven't had it before. I think it's just one of those things. Wow, yeah, a lot of y'all never had. None of y'all had chicken pox. That's wild. I had chicken pox. They were horrible. It was miserable. This is miserable right now. You don't want to see my arm and back. You can spread the chickenpox virus, not shingles, to someone who hasn't had chickenpox or the vaccine through direct contact with the blue blister fluid. That's true. That's what my doctor said. The doctor said that if any of the blisters rupture, the fluid is what makes it contagious. However, she said that it would have to get like in an open wound or something of somebody else's for it to be contagious. So she said technically it's contagious, but it's, it's kind of gross. So yeah. So so it's been an interesting week and a half, but I got a bunch of medicine. The pills are massive, and they're like a dark purple, and it's gross. But yeah, I'm glad that I think in the midst sipping it with a straw. Yeah, that's disgusting. Wolverado, thank you for going there. That was gross. What's up, Nathan's Comic Planet? What's up, buddy? It's good to see you. It's all right. They accidentally doubled dose me in school, so I usually don't get sick. That's pretty good. Nathan, no, you have not. This is not a mistake. You are watching Carlos and Friends, but it's unlocked tonight for this weekend. It's unlocked, and yeah, for forever. This episode will be unlocked because this is the members only broadcast. But I unlocked it for everybody to see what it is that we do during that time. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going live with the top 10, with a couple of the top 10 lists that I like to look at. So I keep a membership to both Cover Price and Key Collector Comics, as well as CLZ Comics, as well as I need to shout out the winner of the 1 year subscription to CLZ, because we do have a winner. For those who did not get a chance to enter it, I wish you had, because there were some really good entries. But I'll do that shout out. I'll show the post here in a minute. So right now, what we're doing is we're going over the top 10 lists. So this top 10 list is fresh out from yesterday. One of my favorite channels that I watch. Shout out to JP's Budget Collecting. They were going over it yesterday when it came out. I'm going over it today. So this is the top 10 list for December 22nd, 2025. They do a weekly top 10 list. Cover Price does a weekly top 10 list every week where they go over the big movers and shakers in the industry that are selling. So, oh wow, I have multiple books on this list. This is wild. Okay, this is kind of cool. Yeah, and then we'll do a giveaway. This is a members only giveaway. Yeah, so there's a members only giveaway. Because usually what we do for this giveaway is that I'll do a duck race on the following night, which is the regular episode of the Wednesday. Wolverado. We're on number 8 of Carlos's top 10 communicable diseases. Oh man, gosh, yeah. Nathan's Comic Planet. If you're not a member, consider joining. If you're watching and you're not a member, consider joining, because this would be members only, and then members only or only channel members will be eligible to win this book. This book is on the top 10 list for tonight. I'm giving away another copy of it tonight. This is the origin of. This is the origin of the Absolute Joker, and although we've seen the character appear earlier, this is like his first full, turning into the monster episode, issue. Yeah, it's different. It's a very different version. I like the other, like the character that turns into him, because it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde. Like I really like that vibe. This is just a lot. right here. But hey, it's a hot book. We're going to see how much it's going for. We're giving away a copy. If you want to join the channel, I am removing I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. I am removing the lowest tier, which is the I'm blanking on it. The Man Without Fear. The Man Without Fear. So it's yeah. So I'm going to be removing that from the types or from the types of memberships that can go. Okay. Where are those? Okay, here we go. All right. We'll go ahead and remove this guy. Okay, cool. All right. All right, there we go. All right, just need to go and do that before I shout it out, the channel member stuff. But I still want well, of course you do, because it's like a $20 book now. All right, let's take a look at these real quick. Also, so two channel membership tiers that we have right now is the Man of Steel, which is $4.99 a month. And that gives you members-only live streams, early access to videos, loyalty badges, and custom emojis. And then Dark Knight tier, $14.99, gets you a quarterly care package of comic books headed to you. So yeah, so those are the two. What? Nathan's Comic Planet, you joined. All right, well, good, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Yeah, that's much appreciated. Yeah, we're good. And you know what I was going to do? I was actually going to do a special deal where I'd ship you I'm not sure which tier you joined at, but yeah, I was going to do a special for those who join at the Dark Knight tier. I was going to go and ship you out a welcome package, because that's one of the things I'm going to change. I think I was talking about it with producer D earlier today. I am going to change it to where there's 4 shipping dates throughout the year. I came here to support the channel and accidentally funded a small moon. It's worth it. We would like to have some more. You do need some more emojis. You do. And I do. I have a couple of different freelancers that are working on some different parts of the channel. And one of those, yeah, I do need some. Well, this is live, so the guys can see it, but I'm working on cartoon versions of each of the guys and gals. So they don't know that right now, but I'm working on it. So if they end up watching this, they'll see it and the secret's out, but I'm betting that they're not actually going to watch it. So I don't know. We'll see. Don't tell them that, though. I want to see if they actually, it's like a test too, to find out, are they going to actually, watch it. All right. So anyway, we're going to get to that. So yeah, so Absolute Joker, and, because it's Christmas and members, I'll go ahead and I'll grab a couple of other stuff. I'll grab something else as well. I'm going to put this right here so that I can manipulate what I need to here on the desk. Okay. So what would be a really cool giveaway? No, not another copy of, I know what would be cool. Y'all tell me if y'all think this is cool. Wait, where did I put it? Oh, now I got to try to find it. Oh, man. See, I was just filing books, and so the book that I'm looking for that I thought would make a good pair for this one is tucked away somewhere in here. I have no idea where I put it, because I didn't file it with anything, I don't think. Not going to give away. Wait. Tell you what. I don't know if that appears on the top 10 list, so I'm going to drop this book here. Okay, I know. Yeah, there we go. All right. We'll call it, since this is a more spec-oriented deal, Carl's Christmas Party. Yeah. So Barbarian Emoji. So hey, if you're late showing up for it, thanks Nathan's Comic Planet for joining tonight. I'll make sure and I'll put a little something in there for you. All right. So yeah, hey, good to see y'all. This is an open Carlson Friends. This is unlocked for Christmas. It's the last broadcast of the year, and so I bumped it from last week to this week to do it as an open thing, so people could see what it is that we do on this. So the top 10 cover price comics, top 10 weekly top 10 list is what we're going with tonight. This is where we just real hard and fast go through the big books, the movers and shakers for this week. I'm pretty excited because it looks like James Tynion the Fourth stuff is getting much more attention than it normally would, including a book that I picked up a long time ago that I'm really excited to see in the number one spot. So let's see what that is. All right, number one on the list is The Woods #1, the Ramon Perez regular cover. All right, so here's the deal. James Tynion IV is taking his production house, Tiny Onion, and moving into animation. He's revealed several properties he would animate, but specifically called out The Woods. He stated that The Woods is the horror story that launched his career, and he already secured the rights to adapt the property from Boom Studios. Now, here's the cool thing about this, for me at least. I have the entire run. I went and got it 3 years ago when I did research on Something is Killing the Children and wanted to know what else had James Tynion IV written. The Woods was one of those early ones. So The Woods #1 is number one on the list. And so what we're seeing is raw near mint sales of $23, with the most common slabbed of CGC 9.8 at $167. Top weekly sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8. Here's the deal. These books are out there in back issue bins, and not everybody is aware of this. So if you go to larger comic shops, which is where I found my entire run, including some ratios and variants, this book is probably still out there lurking in back issue bins and dollar bins, because that's essentially what I got it for when I bought the run. I got them for almost nothing. They're out there. Now, the storytelling is a bit rough. The art style, not 100% what I was a fan of, but I like the overarching premise, which is that an entire high school with all staff and kids gets transported to a deadly alternate dimension. So you can see the James Tynion effect in it. I do recommend picking it up and reading it because it's good reading material. Most I'm paying is $15 to $20 for issue #1, but you should be able to snag you should be able to snag a lot of these in back issue bins if they haven't been soaked up already. But remember, speculators are going to move fast on this, especially since Tynion mentioned this specifically. So good luck to you out there digging. But remember, they're out there and they should be pretty affordable. So this is a yes from me. Number 2 on the list, Absolute Wonder Woman #1, the Hayden Sherman regular cover, going for $30 in a near mint and $149 in a CGC 9.8. $203 for a top weekly sale. So this has been all over the place because Absolute Batman has been destroying the aftermarket. He's dragging Wonder Woman up with him. She's doing a lot better, in large part because it's a pretty strong story that they're putting together. So my take on this is that, would I pay up to $30 for a raw near mint copy? I would probably go as high as $25 for the first print cover A. Reason being, this book is one of the core 3, and I feel it is a stronger title than Absolute Superman. I do feel like this book is not going to spike as high as Batman did, but then, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I don't think this is one to go out and pay top dollar for, and I absolutely don't think it's one that you should buy a slabbed copy of. I think if you look around, there's enough raw copies in high grade that you could find one in this price, in a good price range. $25 I think is a fair price for it. Number 3 on the list, Absolute Superman number 1, the Rafa Sandoval regular cover, $15 in a near mint, slabbed CGC 9.8 at $75, top weekly sale of $16 near mint. Yeah, I'm spending 15 to 20 on this. I don't think it's a bad buy at 15 to 20. I don't know that it's going to maintain that, because this is, in my humble opinion, this is the weakest of the big 3 Absolute titles. I think it's being buoyed by the strength of Absolute Batman number 1. So I'm probably, I'm paying $15 on it. Might go as high as 20, but I think it's just, I don't know that it stays that price. Number 4 on the list is The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, number 46, Legacy number 487. So raw weekly sales in a VF, which is weird because it's a modern, for $16. Slabbed in a CGC 8.5 for $38, and a near mint plus at $40 for the top weekly sale. So this is tied into Spider-Man Brand New Day, the spec news from that movie. Let's see. There was a leaked trailer, and they said that they could discern Sadie Sink's voice saying, "Don't get in my way, otherwise it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is." This line suggests that perhaps Sink isn't playing a hero or ally, but instead is playing an antagonist. So the first theory on her casting has become extremely popular. It states that Sadie Sink is playing Shathra, a wasp goddess. I don't know. Specking on villains is not. No, I'm not. I mean, I think whatever price this comic book was at is what it's worth, and I'm passing on this. I could be wrong, but I'm passing on this one. Number 5 on the list. Speaking of villains and spec, Absolute Batman number 15, the Nick Dragotta regular cover. Raw most common sales, raw near mints $8, slab CGC 9.8 at 91, top weekly sale of 115 for a CGC 9.8. That's fast turnaround. So the demonic form of the Absolute Joker was a shock to most. It follows the grisly villain adaptations that the Absolute Batman series has been known for debuting. Big news on this one. We are at the point in the series where everybody is now getting copies, and so we're going to see, like with any other upstart series, we're going to see the prices decreasing and leveling off. Hence, the raw most common sale being at $8 for this. This book carries a cover price of $4.99, so that's a grand total of $3 gain on it. And we're going to see them out there more often. I think, yeah, sure, buy it at $8 but the real question with the Absolute Batman run is, at what point do you buy into the run as a whole? My answer to that would be, at this point, you wait. You wait to buy into the first 12, 13 issues, and you wait until the prices level off and start to decrease, because they will come back down, especially the number 1. That book is coming back down. I don't know when it's going to start its descent, but it's going to come back down, and I'm calling it. It's going to settle at a $75 to $100 raw price, and I don't know. It'll be overpriced for the CGC 9.8 copies. But the thing is, there's a lot of them. The thing I'm telling people to look at, because, and this is real quick, so for those who are brand new viewers to Carlson Friends, what I do is I'll have quick little asides where I'll say, hey, here's the strategy I'm employing to get a book that I see is going to go up in value. So what's happening right now is people are taking the variant covers for Absolute Batman number 1, because remember, it had a ton of cardstock variants. Well, what DC and other publishers have been doing is they'll take the cardstock and they'll staple that on over a complete copy of the first print cover A. So when you open up the cardstock, inside is the first print cover A. So what some unscrupulous flippers are doing is they're using an X-Acto blade to cut off the cardstock cover, and voila, they have a copy of first print cover A. Exactly the same. And, you know, I'm not going to say I agree with what DC was and other publishers, because it's not just DC. I don't agree with what they're doing, because they've been doing that with exclusive store variants for years now. I haven't thought it was good practice. This is the first time when it has turned on them. So what we're seeing, what you're going to see now, what you're seeing now is, and nobody's talking about it, is the numbers of the cardstock variants are decreasing, right? They're decreasing because those covers have been cut off, and now there's more cover A's than there were before and less of the variants. So the cardstock variants, I think we're going to see an overall decrease in the print run. Now, it's not anything that'll be officially published or updated, but that's what we're seeing happen, because there's a lot of them out there. And so, yeah, that's happening. So my thought process is the most desirable cardstock covers in high grade are the ones to be looking at. So just a little thing to think about. And I am in no way, shape, or form advocating or saying that cutting the cardstock variants off of those comics is a good idea. I think it's a terrible idea. It's dishonest, and it's the same book, but it's just, I think it messes up the equilibrium of things, and it takes away from the hobby, the fun of the hobby. So, I know, exactly, right? It's like kids with cheating. It's like if you would just put a little bit of the energy that you're using to cheat on a quiz into learning the material, you could get an A on your own. So anyway, all right, let's keep it moving. All right, so Absolute Batman number 15. That was my little aside about the whole Absolute Batman thing. Yeah, sure, buy it at $8. I'm not buying it graded. I don't think it's worth buying graded. Number 6 on the list is The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, number 1. This is the cover A Andrade. I have a copy. I had a copy of this around here somewhere. So this apparently is also getting an adaptation. But it turns out it's just an option. So we don't know. Somebody said it's an option. I think it was just Key Collector said it. So, which, he knows, he gets scoops. So it's $22 in a near mint. Slab CGC 9.8s at 96 with a top weekly sale of 120. I'm absolutely not buying this book for over $10. No. Number 7 on the list, Absolute Batman number 1, Speak of the Devil. Nick Dracota regular cover, $174 in a near mint. 376 in a CGC 9.8. 375 top weekly sale of a CGC 9.8. Let me say this loud and clear. Sell, sell, sell. If you have any copies of it, especially CGC 9.8s, undercut the market by 15% and sell them. Just sell them and walk away and pocket the extra cash. Go buy a nice Bronze Age key with that money. They're going to come back down. It's impossible for them to hold, especially with the aforementioned thing of cutting off the variant covers and doing all that mess. The books are going to come back down. So sell, sell, sell. Do not buy them right now. They'll come back down. And there's enough copies. There are people with stacks upon stacks of them. Don't overpay for these books. Don't. I feel bad for the new people to the hobby that are overpaying for these books right now, because it's just, everything's an option, including the Woods announcement until production starts. True. However, I put my money behind the Woods because you can still get them cheap, right? They're out there in back issue bins. And the same thing for Layla Starr, right? The same thing, because nobody has paid any attention whatsoever to Layla Starr. Hey, Something is killing the children is happening, and I knew that was happening like from the get go. That comic was so good. What's up, Mary Jimenez? Good to see you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you as well. Remember, this is the Carlson Friends Unlock Christmas episode. We're going over spec right now and talking about it and seeing what we do. All right, so this one, this is a hold on buying. What I would do if you have more than one copy, I would sell enough to cover your entire purchase, your entire stack, and then I would hold the rest and let them settle back down. But this is a great time to sell right now. But here's the thing, side thing, I said this in a speculators group on Facebook. This is a wonderful thing for the hobby. This is wonderful. Okay, scammers know, but for the hobby, because young kids are talking about this, like young people are talking about this comic. They're excited about this comic. This is a really good thing for the hobby because it's drawing new readers into the hobby, which is what we need. If we want the hobby to keep going, whether you're a collector, a buyer, a seller, or just a reader, this is good for the hobby. Having new people come in is good for the hobby. And, hopefully they don't all pay too much for these books, but somebody's buying them. I think there's a lot of speculators that are just trying to build their stack. But yeah, I think, yes, this is absolutely a great book. And it's a good story, too. I've enjoyed all the issues that I've read. I've really enjoyed them. Number 8 on the list, What If, Volume 2, number 114. So the teaser for Avengers Doomsday, featuring the return of, spoilers, Steve Rogers to the MCU, features him holding a baby. And guess what? Of course, this is one where Sarah Rogers, who is the daughter of Steve Rogers and Rogue, that this child could be the Crusader, also known as Sarah Rogers. I think that's the most bizarre pair up in all the world. I mean, if maybe the character's name is Sarah Rogers, I don't even know. But anyway, they're, people are snagging them. It's a $10 and a fine, which is 5.0 to 6.5. It's not worth buying. $122 in a CGC 9.8. Top weekly sale of $90. I'm not looking for this book. I think if you do find a copy of it, maybe hold it and see. But I'm not going to go out and look for this book. So I mean, for me, it's a pass. Number 9 on the list, DC All In Special number 1, Daniel Sampere, regular wraparound cover. So this one, everybody's been talking about this one because this is the book that actually contains the first appearance of Absolute, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. $51 in a raw near mint is the most common sale. Slabbed CGC 9.8 at $253. Top weekly sale of a CGC 9.8 at $200. So if you were going to buy this book, you already should have bought it. I think it's spiking now because again, Absolute Batman is dragging all the other books with it. So I'm saying I don't want to say hold because this book will go higher. So if you can find a copy for $40, which I think is about what this book should be, if you can find a copy for $40 or less, maybe pick it up. But I'm not chasing it, to be completely honest, I'm not. Yeah, I think it's going to come back down. I think it's going to come back down to a $20 to $30 book. Number 10 on the list, World Tree number 1, the Fernando Blanco recalled printing error, Too Dark. Okay, so if you remember this was another one of the James Tynion IV comics. I thought this was a phenomenal one. I really liked it. I enjoyed reading it. Did not stick with it, but I have the first several issues of it. I don't think I have the recalled printing error one because there's like a body here, and so it was too dark to see it, so it was recalled as an error. So raw weekly sale, or raw most common sale, $9. Sure, yeah, I'm buying it. It was worth. It's a good story. CGC 9.8 at $89 with a top weekly sale of CGC 9.8 at $100. I am not buying this book slabbed. There's enough copies out there for anybody that's interested to go snag yourself a copy. In fact, again, a well-stocked comic shop's back issue bins are going to be your best friend with some of this stuff. So yeah, they're also saying, or he's also talking about adapting this as an animated series. Yeah, I mean it's cool, you know. I mean, yeah, $10, I'll buy it at $10. But I don't even really know the difference. So I'm just looking for just the book itself, which I had right around here somewhere. I think. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's right here. Hang on a second. I can. Okay. So let me bring this up here. Oh, we're gonna get. You're probably right, but I mean, Batman, the New 52 #1. I don't know what it's going for. I equate this to that, to the New 52. It is going to come down. I think it's going to be a 75 to. I think that Absolute Batman's going to be. I think that Absolute Batman is going to settle between $75 and $100. I think 5 years. I don't know about that. I don't know. It's going to depend on what they do with the property, and I really think that adult animated series is coming. All right, so this is my copy of World Tree #1, but it's not the error, and you'll notice somebody scribbled on the cover of mine. So. But you see, if you look closely, it's bright and it's easy to see. It's easy to see, but I think the printing error is actually where this whole part here. The printing error. This is all too dark to make out, like all up in here. But yeah, no. If you're wondering, yes, that's James Tynion IV signed it, and Blanco the artist. Also signed it. Really nice guy. But yeah, they signed it. They appeared together at a James Tynion booth at Fan Expo Dallas 2 years ago. So I had a copy of World Tree #1. I went ahead and had both of them sign it. So I've got the writer and the artist on this one signed. So no, I mean, it's still considered a first printing. Because printing errors aren't really like a second printing situation. It's an error. It's part of the overall first printing. Yeah, that's cool. Let me know if you want to sell one of them, because I'll buy one of the error copies from you, Barbarian. We can hit me up on Instagram. Let's see. So, yeah. So World Tree again. I'm saying buy in because I enjoyed the story. I like it. It's about a killer virus. So get some cool concepts in there, and hearing James Tynion's take on it personally was really cool also. Let's see. So we've got runners up. Or no, these are the top 10. Let's see. Yeah, so cool stuff here. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the Hot 10 over on Key Collector Comics. So Key Collector Comics is another website that I use just for the database that they have. They put a lot of speculation news out. And they also put out this Hot 10 list for what's going on. So there's they've got a let's see. Wolverine #1 is on the Hot 10. I love this book. I think it's great. I think, we're seeing in a CGC 9.6 saw a 22% growth versus a CGC 9.8, which only had a 10% growth, which is still substantial when you're talking about a $500 book. I would be going for a raw copy of this, but that's just me. That's just kind of my thing. I would be going for a raw copy unless I was looking at signature series for the book, like signature series with Frank Miller's signature or Chris Claremont's, which would both be amazing signatures to have on this one. Iron Fist number 14, the first full appearance and cover of Sabretooth. So this one is it's number 9 on the Hot 10 list, and so he's a classic character. He's a popular character, and he's the nemesis to Wolverine. So I'm yes for yes all day yes for Wolverine number 1. Yes all day yes for Iron Fist number 14. It's the same thing here. It's just you got to watch out for these kind of higher grade but not all the way upgrades, because their percentage increases are bigger. Here, the 17% increase for a CGC 8.5, 20% increase for a CGC 7.0. And you just got to look at what more you're getting. See, a 7.5 sold for $338 versus the average, so it actually, a 7.5 sold for less than a 7.0. So you got to watch for those kind of situations. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8. This is Black Symbiote costume, second appearance of Spider-Woman Julia Carpenter. So this is a classic book. It's been homaged all over the place, and it's just a really, really popular. It's a really, really popular book. I love this book, but my piece of advice for it remains the same. Buy a full set of issues 1 through 12 of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. If you're going to go ahead and invest in this book, just go ahead and buy the whole run, because you'll probably get the whole set for cheaper than if you buy them all piecemeal. $180 for a high grade. I think when I bought mine, it was right at the beginning of COVID. So I think I got my set of all 12 in high grade, all around 9.0s. Usually in most cases they were higher. But I got them for about $150. And I remember I bought them from Duncanville Bookstore online, because they were the only comic shop I could access in the early days of the lockdown. So yes, all day yes. This is a yes book. You just got to watch your price, and my advice is buy the whole run. Number 7 on the Hot 10 list is Lobo. Omega Men number 3. First appearance of Lobo, an intergalactic bounty hunter. Yes, all day yes. This book is massively undervalued, even at the CGC 9.8, spiking to 384 from the average 318. It's a 21% increase. It's still, you've got to look at it. He is Marvel's he is DC's intergalactic Wolverine. And I think this book, along with DC Comics Presents number 26, they're just massively undervalued. And I think it's because people just don't realize the importance of this character. And there's several other, like when I released my top 10 Lobo comics video, there's other key books other than the number 1 that everybody's chasing right now, and this one. There's other key books, just like with my Deadpool video. There's specific books that helped shape the character as he's known now. And those books are, they're out there, and you can find them for next to nothing. So yes, all day yes. I'm spending $100 on this book. I don't think it's going to go back down, because I think that this book, once Lobo gets exposed to a wider audience, his first appearance is going to stay a higher price. Star Wars number 1. This is one of my grails that I'm searching for right now. There you go. That's the way to do it. Get it off the rack. All right, so Star Wars #1. I'm on the hunt for a CGC 9.6 copy of this. It's a big grail book for me. It's the biggest of my childhood books that I want to grab. So yeah, I'm looking to buy it. Just keep in mind though, it is the first appearance of Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Grand Moff Tarkin, as well as Beru and Owen Lars, as well as them. But it is not the first appearance of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han Solo and Chewbacca, because they appear later in the first 3 issues. It's just their first cover appearance, so that's good to know. It's number 6 on the Hot 10 list. 9.8 sold for $2,880 versus the average $2,672. It's only an 8% increase, but a 9.4 sold for $650 versus the average $466. Somebody paid a bit too much. 39% increase. This is the book that started it all. This is the first Star Wars comic book. It's the granddaddy comic book of all Star Wars comic books. And I believe, as I've shared before, this book and this run and the Dark Horse runs are the ones that people should be looking for, because they're the ones that are gonna become a big deal later on. So I'm creating a duck race right now as we speak. And I'm going to go ahead and enter the, remember you have to be a channel member. So go ahead and just drop a quick line for me, including brand new channel member Nathan's Comic Planet. Glad that you're here after the new Supergirl. Yeah, I think that combined with the fact that Jason Momoa is going to play the role that he was born to play. I think that's a big part of it. Yeah. Shout out to Nathan's Comic Planet for joining tonight. Nathan, I'm going to add you to the duck race as well as our other channel members. Let's see. Where's my duck race? Okay, there we go. Let's go full screen. And then, okay, so I'm adding this in here while I'm chatting with y'all. Let's see who all do we need to put in here. So I see Emma Dudley in the chat. Tell me, how does my audio sound to everybody here? Does it sound crisp and clean? Does it sound better than last week? How is it sounding for everybody? Let's see. You did. You certainly did. All right, let's see. El Green. And hey, spread the word. If you're enjoying this, this is what we do at least twice a month. I may be adding it more than just twice a month to the overall schedule of things. Let me see, who else do I got? I got Wolverado, Nathan, El Green Machine, and Emma Dudley. I see. Don't see anybody else. I don't think anybody else. Very ASMR, but for people who hate ASMR. That's good. Sounds great. Sounds good. Okay, good to hear. All right, so it looks like we got four channel members who are hanging out here with us. Again, shout out to Nathan's Comic Planet. Nathan, I'm going to throw something extra in your box, sir. Yeah, and I'll throw. We'll do that in a second. All right. So it looks like these are the 4 that are going to do it. We'll do a 45-second duck race. And Nathan, how did you end up as a clown? How did that even happen? All right. So we're going to bring that up in just a second. I shared tonight's show all over IG. Cool, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that. Hey, but I see there's people hanging out in the chat who are watching, who maybe haven't commented yet, but that's okay. I want everybody watching, and to check it out and to know what it is that we do during an episode of Carlson Friends. But for wait, you just said for people who hate ASMR, are you saying it is not Pleasant. All right. Don't. Oh yeah. Well, I haven't messaged it to him, El Green. It doesn't automatically send. I have to send it out to him. So Nathan, I will send it over to you. I'll send you that link. It is it's a cool form. You just fill it out and it tells you. But I'm not sure what tier you joined at because I'm not seeing that showing up yet. So. I'm guessing. Let's see. Very cool stuff. Yeah, shout out and thanks, buddy. Thanks. Oh, Nathan's Comic Planet. You jumped in at the Dark Knight tier. Oh man. Okay, buddy. Thank you so much for doing that. It's big shout out to you for it. Glad to have you on. El Green Machine, you're at 24 months, buddy. Wow. 24 months. 2 years. But my longest running guy is still Wolverado at 28 months. He's the longest running channel member. All right. So Nathan's Comic Planet. I will be sending you. It's a questionnaire. I might pop it up. I'm here, but just work. Yeah. Good to see you, buddy. Glad that you are here, Barbarian. But remember, this is a members only giveaway. You can jump in and become a channel member if you want to, or if you're able to. But this is a members only giveaway that we're doing tonight. 2 years, but watching for over 4, dude. Yes. Yeah, you got some fun stuff coming in your book. At least, I think you've got like 3 autographed comic books in your box that's coming to you. I think like 3. 28 months. That's like a year. Let's see. Okay, let me go and share this duck race. Hey man, hey, I'm gonna send you a 6-pack or something because I'm glad that you're supporting. Nathan. It's a big plus and a big thank you for that. I'm gonna throw something special in your first box, in this box that I send out to you for your stuff. I'll pop it open and throw, because your Gemini had room for at least 1 or 2 more books. All right, so here's what I'll do. Okay, so Nathan, since you joined tonight, let me go ahead and do this. Real quick. Before I run the giveaway, before I run the duck race, there's 2 hot recent spec books that I believe in. So I had extra copies here. Nathan, you can choose one of these 2 books. The other one will go with Absolute Joker to the winner. Okay. Nathan, you can choose either Ordained #1, the cover A, which has Colin Farrell is attached to star, and it's Bad Idea's first media adaptation, or Skinbreaker #1, cover B. They're both minty fresh, both perfect copies. This is Robert Kirkman's new book that is also quietly gobbling up in the aftermarket. This is the B cover for it. So both of these are hot books. I'm going to throw this into your box that you already have going out to you. Ordained for sure, yes. Because a lot of people slept on Ordained. A lot of them did. The only reason because I buy like titles that have anything to do with theology, faith, ministers, priests, anything, like all those kinds of titles, I buy those, right? Paul and I were looking at the FOC one night after one of the broadcasts, and I saw this, and the cover alone, I said, yeah, and I read the premise, and I said, yeah, for sure. Nathan, what? I'm ordained. I pronounce people married and then immediately look for the bar. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So Nathan, this is yours. I got a copy of Ordained. Hey, I'll take it if you don't want it, Emma Dudley. I've got, this was only my 2nd copy of the cover A. So Nathan, this is yours. This is your welcome to the channel little gift. I'm throwing that in your box that's shipping out. Okay, so then it looks like Skinbreaker #1 cover B and Absolute Joker first appearance or origin appearance or whatever, first monster appearance or whatever. These two books are going to tonight's winner when I run the duck race. I'm going to go ahead and run the duck race right now so that we can see who the winner is, and then we're going to finish up the Key Collector Hot 10 list again, which is what we do when we're doing the members only. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and bring it up. Here it is. All right. Good luck to all of you that have entered to win. You guys are the four that were here. 4 out of the channel members that are watching. I know I've got some folks that are that are channel members that were not here tonight, but that's okay. And then remember, hey, this is kind of an ad for those who are not yet a channel member, and maybe you're watching this on the rewind. You're wondering, what is this live stream that he's doing? Yeah, this is it. This is one of the things we do. So cool stuff. Let's get it going. Good luck to the racers in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, let's see who's gonna take it down. All right, Wolverado's got an early lead with the classic duck. Nathan is the clown duck. Yep, El Green is British Guard. What do they call them? What's the title for those? Emma Dudley looks like an accountant. Wolverado's in an early lead, but the early lead never holds. Okay, who are we? Who's going to do it? Who's doing it tonight? Who is going to pull this one out? A late break, and the winner is El Green Machine. Nathan, I don't know. It auto assigns them. All right, that's never a good sign, beef eater. I know, Nathan. I know you. I thought you might pull it out. All right. So, but congratulations to El Green Machine. He's going to get a copy of Absolute Batman #15, the debut of Absolute Joker, and he's also getting a copy of Skinbreaker #1, the B cover, minty fresh. I don't hope that's not a nick on that one. I don't know. I know I've got an extra copy here. Let me see. Now, if somebody had too many of the Absolute Jokers already, that's a nice copy. Okay. They're both nice copies, but this, I think, is just like a tad nicer. All right. So, Nathan, welcome to the family. Ordained #1, cover A is yours. El Green Machine, congratulations on winning the last Carlos and Friends giveaway of the year. I got second place. LOL. Congrats. It was almost you, Emma Dudley. It was. All right. So hey, y'all, thanks for watching. And remember, hey, if you're watching this and you're wondering what is this show, why does Carlos look disheveled? Watch the beginning of the show to know, because I did get up off my sick bed under protest, under my wife's protest, to come up here and do this broadcast. And because this is Carlos and Friends, this is what we do at least twice a month, just for channel members. Normally, this is behind the members-only paywall, but tonight I opened it up at the end of the year, opened it up to everybody to be able to see what it is we do. I should just send you the money to get it graded. I don't know. I mean, we could talk about it if you want. I do need to take some books over to Drew, Press Niche Worldwide, in order to get some books graded. So if you want any book, El Green, if you want any books graded, let me know. Okay. All right. So okay, yeah. So we're gonna finish up the show. We're gonna finish up the episode real quick, and then we're gonna call it a night. I will stay on a little bit later tonight, just to show books that I'm ordering in the coming new year, because that's the third part of what we do. We do 2 top 10 lists, and then we do books that are upcoming. And if you're a Dark Knight tier channel member, I will snag a couple books for you and drop them in your box. It's just, if you're the Dark Knight tier member, then that's one way to do it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at these. Okay, so Star Wars #1, I was gushing about this book. Yes, all day, yes. No, Hulk, Incredible Hulk number 340. Yes, yes, all day. Yes, this is an iconic cover by an iconic artist. It is well worth having in the personal collection. Beautiful book. I had a copy of this that was about a 2.5 to 3.0, and I sold it because I didn't fully appreciate it yet. So this book is on the rise. It is up 36% for a CGC 9.8. Up 25% at both 9.4 and 9.6s. Wow. This book is on fire. And largely because they did just reopen submissions for the Todd McFarlane signing at CGC. They just reopened it so you can submit books. And it is, it's a popular book. If you're a Wolverine fan, this is one of the books to have McFarlane sign. So yeah, absolutely. I would just, be looking for the best price on it. Number 4 on the Hot 10 is Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Yes, all day. Yes, he is the most iconic Spider-Man villain, and he is an anti-hero in his own right. This cover has been homaged more times than I can count. But this just continues to rise. The pricing on this one, up 1% for a CGC 9.8, up 2% for a CGC 9.6. For some, this is a grail. And again, also, this is on the Hot 10 because the McFarlane signing is open again. Number 3 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 129. Yeah, it's good, buddy. I'm not going to see him before the weekend. I might go this weekend. So yeah, just anytime is good, El Green. I've given this book away before. Not a fan. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, next time you have a copy that you want to give away, let me know. All right, Amazing Spider-Man number 129. Yes, all day. Yes. I love the Punisher's first appearance. This is a book that I want to add to my personal collection. I just financially, we're just not in a place where I can justify this or the Star Wars number 1 purchase because of car repairs, because of a broken dryer a week ago, which I think the stress from that was part of what brought on the shingles. Now the shingles. So thankfully I'm on Christmas break, so I can recover and convalesce without missing any days. Let's see. 9.2 sold for $3,050 versus the average $2,912. I think this is a grail book for many, and so it's a yes. It's all about the price. I think, what price are you going to pay? I think $2,000 is about the most I would pay for this book, because I'd be looking for a raw copy if there's any that are ungraded. Oh, another book that I want that's on my big boy grail list. Wow. Okay. Yes, all day. Yes. It's the Neil Adams cover, and the issue is credited for revitalizing the Joker as a homicidal villain instead of a comical villain. So 9.6 sold for $5,400 versus the average of $5,098, up by 6%. 9.2 sold for $1,891 versus the average of $1,700. I think it's, this is another one of those ones where I'm just going to stack my cash, and when I reach the amount that I am comfortable spending on this book, that's where it's going to be at. That's where I'm going to land at. For me, spending more than $1,000 for a non-major key book would be too much. So I would probably max out at $1,000 that I'd be willing to spend on this book, because this is largely a cover buy. where would that put me? Well, you see that there's a large gulf between a 6.5 sold at 530 and a 9.2 sold for 1,891. I'm guessing that I would land probably somewhere in the 8.0 range. But I've seen them priced, all over the place. So, again, 1,000 would be the most I would spend on this book. But if I had it down to either this comic or the Star Wars #1, Star Wars #1 is where my money's going. Because as much as I like the Punisher, he doesn't rank up there with Star Wars for me. So if I have $1,000, like if I had $1,000 for Christmas, I am buying a CGC 9.6 copy of Star Wars #1. If possible, I'm getting one that's a signature series slab signed by either Roy Thomas or Howard Chaykin, or both. Just depends on the price. All right, number 1 on the Hot 10 list, Absolute Batman #1. We already covered this, and I gave my thoughts on this. It's going to come back down, so I'm not buying right now. I'm going to wait and let it come back down. All right, so let's see. I have let's see. There we are. All right, so hey, thanks so much for watching tonight. Yes. Okay, wait, hang on. Okay. LOL, not this 129, the Hulk 340. No, yeah, I know. If you have a Hulk 340 and you want to give it away, by all means, hit me up. All right, Neil Adams Greatness. Yes, I still have your Dallas copy. Yes, I did send those. I did do some giveaways of those, courtesy of Fan Expo Dallas. Yeah, so last thing that we do, so we're at 10:51. Usually this show runs from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central, and I keep it a tight hour. And the latest I go is 10:10 or so. Tonight I'm letting it linger a little bit more because I started the show so late. But let's go ahead and take a look at my order. So I'm going to show y'all. So this is League of Comic Geeks, and one of the comic shops that I frequent, the one that is closest to me geographically, which is why I have this. And the big thing is because they have this set up. So this is the book that I am scheduled to get this week, Skinbreaker #4. So it is on my pull list. But what you do is you click through the different weeks to see what I have scheduled. So for December 31st, I don't have any new comics. But for January the 7th, what do you see? Batman #5, the cover E, the George Jimenez Bat Gadget variant. I've been getting all these blueprint variants. And this is a channel member book here. This book, Spider-Boy Team Up #1. This is a facsimile edition. And this one is for El Green Machine because he had asked me to add it to his box. So when that comes in, it'll go in his next box. And yeah. Let's see. So, okay. So yeah, then for January the 14th, I have G.I. Joe #17, which I was informed I am not able to get because it's past the FOC for it, but I am now subscribed to G.I. Joe. DC or Supergirl #9, and then Transformers #28. So Transformers, if I want to subscribe to it, what I would do is I would click the book, it'll come on here, and I will go, and here I'm subscribed to the series. So I can, I can have it on there, and it is a subscription book for me. There were these 1 in 50 Dan Moore variants are amazing, but they're 1 in 50s, and I can't pay $50 for them. That's too expensive. All right, so let's take a look. So those are some of the pulls that I had. Here are new comics that I can look at. So these are all the new comic books that are coming out for the week, whatever. Because you have to let it linger. There you go. Again, thank you, Carlos. Yep. Barb's dropping the cranberry slides. Yeah. So looking forward to, and yeah, I am over the next few weeks. I'm talking to different comic shops about sponsoring the channel because we are going to be partnering with a comic shop again. So I'm looking forward to. So I'm not adding too many to this comic shop because I don't know if this comic shop will end up being the one or not. So yeah, so it's cool because it shows you all the books here. And then it allows you to add them. Ooh, Event Horizon Dark Descent. I need to pick that up and read it. I think I decided not to get it because I was just going to wait and get and get the what do you call it? Ooh, No Man's Land. Oh, that looks very bleak and dark. All right, Red Book number 3. I have issue number 1. That is the follow-up to Blue Book. Batman Wayne Family Adventures number 180. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you can see there's some cool books that are coming out here. Good stuff. All right, but what you do then if you want to see the books that are coming out, so let's say we want to see what's coming out in February, which is all the books that are going to be, yeah. So cut off, or no, this is the date for these is January. January 14th. Ow, the shingles. Oh, they're hurting me. Let's see. I think actually no, number 29. Let me see, number 29. Can I still? Oh yeah, no, I have this on my pull list. Oh, the RC, the 1 in 50 Dan Moore variant. It's a dope cover. He did a good job with. He does such a good job. He's so good. Okay, so final order cutoff for this one is January 19th. Ugh, should I or shouldn't I? I should not. I shouldn't. I should wait. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. And I don't have that kind of money right now. But who did this? The 1 in 25. The Tarn Clark. Ooh. Okay. So we're going back to this main page. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. Wait, what was that one right there? Action Comics 1095. Okay. Nightwing. Nightwing always has cool variants. Let's take a look. The Dave Johnson. No, the Fabrizio de Tommaso variant. The Dave Johnson variant. Let me take a look at the Dave Johnson variant. That's cool. Sorry, I mean it's a cool book. It's a cool look. Main cover is by Dexter Soy, I think. It's an alright cover. But yeah, these are, so the final order cutoff on these is January 26th. Let's see. I don't know. See, the comic shop I'm using right now for this is not the greatest about getting the books when I want them. They're just not. So they don't have the size or the scale to be able to pull to be able to get the books. Yeah, FOC is January 26th. I'm a month out from the FOC. So if they say that I can't get it, this is the one I really want right here. What do you think, folks? Should I do it or no? All right, good night, Nathan. Thanks for being here tonight. I don't know. Oof. I don't know. All right, that may be something I come back to because that's a big. I'm gonna have to talk to a comic shop to do something. That's a big expenditure right there, folks. That's a big one. Yeah, no, I'll have to talk to a comic shop about ordering through for this one. All right, let's see what happens. They're gonna want to know what's up. I'm gonna have to tell them. Mm. So remember, it's not Matt Tracker's first appearance in the cinema in the G.I. Joe Energon universe, but this is a dope cover, and it's a foil, and it's going to be a big deal. I'm calling it for being a big deal. All right, folks. So, hey, so if you're watching, this is the first, or this is an unlocked edition of Carlson Friends, and this is what we do. We talk about comics. We take a look at comics. Will I keep that on my pull list? I don't know. Maybe not, because Mrs. Collects hasn't seen that yet. She hasn't approved it, but we'll see. If it feels good, it can't be wrong. I don't know. I don't know about that one. All right, but no, I mean the thing is with the deal I've done with some comic shops is to order through to a certain ratio. And it just it just depends. It varies wildly for those. It varies tremendously. Is it a good purchase, and what kind of a deal will they give me on it? And so I'll talk to them about it and see, because it's a bigger buy, and I know that's a bigger deal for them. But I think that's a good issue that I think they should be buying more GI Joes. That's what it boils down to. But again, I'm just one fan, but I spend a good amount with them. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight. This has been Carlson Friends. Remember, we had a new channel member tonight, so congratulations to Nathan's Comic Planet for joining, and a big thank you to him for joining. He joined at the Dark Knight tier. That means he's going to get a that's let's see. Wait, hang on. Whenever I want a ratio over and ask my shop to give me a number of how many copies they're planning to get, then offer to get the rest at cost and give them a bunch so I get the ratio. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the deal. That's pretty much the deal. Wolverado says we need a Mrs. Collects post-credit scene after each video. She would love that. She would she would love that. Sometimes she watches. I don't think she's watching right now, or else she would have popped in and said something. And I don't think she's listening either. I think she's pretty tired out. The girls have been a bit much tonight, today and tonight. They've been a bit much. So, oh my gosh, I love this. She just sent me some pictures. This is what she does when I'm taking too long up here. She starts sending me family pictures to remind me to come downstairs. Anyway, no, I was talking about this. Sorry. Dark Knight tier is what Nathan's Comic Planet joined at. It's $14.99 a month, and on a quarterly basis, you do get curated comic books with a retail value of over $50 based on information provided by you, shipped to your door. This is the lower 48 states only. I need to get more people joining the channel, so I'm open for ideas and thoughts about it. I have thought about tying this into any sales show that we do, and tying this into shipping, but we'll see. So if you are so if you got ideas, let me know. Otherwise, Nathan's Comic Dirty Pool, that is. All right, so thank you to Nathan's Comic Planet for jumping in tonight for this. It's much appreciated. It helps keep the channel going, because there's expenses that go into running the channel and doing all this, and that's why sponsors are needed, and that's why channel members are needed. This is what my dog is doing right now. She is currently asleep, being as cute can be. I'll be going down there momentarily to join them. But you need to post flyers at the library. I should. That's actually a really good idea. She is snoozing. She's passed out. All right. Hey, thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching tonight. Merry Christmas to each of you and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you after the first of the year. I might go live and talk about the meaning of Christmas. I did that for Easter. Might do it for Christmas, but I don't know. There's a lot this year. There's a lot at this time going on, including this. Man, I don't feel well. So, all right. Take care. Thanks for being here tonight, and hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't already to either of them. Otherwise, we'll see you after the first of the year. Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.